的气跟大傻。Shit by the day， 从全球 that's been by the day。Chinese band， Bobby Fang fit by the day。Statement mystic with a fifth element。In the past of the temples, amber sanctum. Been a pack with a phantom, with a handgun on a vein of tangent. Anthem from the band of the rising sun, and the mind got up, second walk like father, rock and nice with the rhythm of the party. Lucifer, back on Lucifer. Dominate you, figure, which is humanly possible. That is not unconscionable. When it goes like low, that's rock and roll. Sucking like a popsicle, taste of the arsenal. All we close remarkable. Causing capital. Couldn't even make it to the hospital. Impossible, unstoppable. Yeah, hit him in the motherfucking intro talk. Hit him in the books on the beat, never don't slow. Get a damn hold on the bits on the talk. When I get down by the hip hop, but I don't intro. Joe first is sometimes intro. Made out to the crew, there's not so fine. But even another time, I say, whoa. Reach for the light, scream inside. Lock to the rainbow night. Living in the back to the side, to the left, to the back. One way, to the other side. These dudes on the mic, QT's on the mic, MP's on the mic, right? With the Chinese man to the next stage, man, we take over to the line. It's like, wow.
Okay guys, can you just first tell us how you meet? So Youthstar with ASM and Chinese man, both of you.
First time we met Youthstar was actually really long ago. We figured out a couple years back when we saw each other again. I think it was 2008, something like that.
7 or 8, yeah.
First time we met, and it was well, we were all, you know, significantly younger then, and it was actually our first ever show in France with ASM in Paris at a little venue called Glazard. And so we were playing like a little party there. We'd been booked by whoever was doing the booking at the time, and Youthstar was on the same lineup, and so that was the first time we met Jay. And I remember because he was like, we were living in England at the time, and he was, you know, like
London boy,
UK MC cat, and it turns out he lived in France and stuff. And then when we saw him again years later with Chinese Man and Deluxe, we started playing shows together, actually because of Deluxe initially, because Deluxe are good friends of ours, ASM's, and also Youthstar, and he would come and join them for live shows, and we would get invited to join them for live shows, and that's how we bumped into Jay again. We're like, oh shit, it's you from fucking 7 years ago. And yeah, it's just, you know, music is a small world. Everyone kind of knows everyone, and you're bound to bump into each other again, bump into people again if you're kind of, you know, like-minded and into similar artistic vibes and hanging with the same kinds of crews, and, you know, your paths necessarily cross and recross. And then with Chinese Man, I don't know, how did you meet Chinese Man, Jay?
How did I meet Chinese Man? I met Chinese Man through Taiwan MC. Because me and Taiwan used to work in the drum and bass scene, and then he started working with Chinese Man. I don't remember exactly how, but then Chinese Man were looking for like another MC to work with him, like a little bit, and Taiwan knew me, so Taiwan suggested that I should do a show with him. So I did a show, and yeah, that's how it all started with Chinese Man. Yeah.
We've been with Taiwan MC 2 months ago in an interview, and he told us that he didn't want to share a message in his music when he writes. Do you, or a political message, I would say?
It doesn't want to.
It doesn't want. I say didn't want. Yeah, it doesn't want to. Sorry. Have you the same approach of your music than he has?
You want to go first?
Oh, you go first.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's not like, I think maybe what he was saying and what I would agree with is that like our principal intention in writing is not to support a specific ideology or to align yourselves with a specific political platform, but if you write, it's a form of expression like any other, you know, medium of art, and you're necessarily going to have all the things that you think about and care about in life filter into that, you know. So inevitably there are little aspects of your political opinions, or if you've just experienced something that day that makes you think in a certain way, then when you're writing it's going to filter in somehow. So you know, everything that you experience in life, whether it's political or whether it's, you know, your relationship with grass or plastic or whatever it is, with festivals and throbbing bass, is going to filter into, you know, your background noise somehow that always gets interpreted when you're writing, you know. It's like that. So I think, yeah, I would agree with the fact that, you know, we're not primarily here to represent any kind of ideological platform, but of course everything you believe in filters in somehow.
I'm gonna cut it down a little bit. I'm not as intelligent as he is. No, I don't know, with my music, no, I don't. I agree with Green, like I don't primarily try and add, talk about, or bring it into my style of music or my lyrics anything to do with political views, religious views. I mean, I'm not really a religious person. I'm definitely not a political person. I'm just kind of me. I do me, and yeah. But yeah, for sure, like if there's something that you really don't like or something that's offended you or made you happy or something, sometimes you can add that into your lyric with your own words and your own expressions. But yeah, no, not how do you say it? Not primarily enter political views into my songs. I primarily like to make music that's fucking good. Yeah. Yeah.
You're all quite famous for your energy on stage with like Chinese man, Taiwan, Youthstar, or ASM. Where do you find this energy that you have on scene?
Usually from each other. You know, we have a beautiful crew of people on the road with us in wherever, whether we're touring as ASM or Chinese Man at the moment, which is a really great team. Yeah, you just kind of motivate each other and you have to be able to expect from one another that everyone is going to give 150%, so that in case something goes wrong, the others are there to pick up the pieces. And that works on and off stage, you know. If someone's having a problem, the others are there to help them out. It's like a team sport, essentially. And the crowd, yeah, the crowd is the other factor.
Yeah, crowd
Those
for
are
sure.
the two things.
And one or two shots of Diplomatico before the stage sometimes always gives you that little energy boost. No, definitely. Yeah, agreed. It's for me, it's the people that you work with. You have to have a really good relationship with each other. You know, if there's bad vibes just before a show, you know, or one of you have a disagreement or don't agree on something, try and solve it immediately. So when you go on stage, everybody's in a happy vibe, or as happy as they can be. Because otherwise it just doesn't put you in the frame of mind to be like, woohoo! You're like, fuck off! And yeah, for sure, the more crazy the crowd go, the more crazy we go. I found myself sometimes literally like Bugs Bunny or Wile E. and Coyote, you know. Mental case. Yeah.
What is your, let's say, state of mind when you're writing?
Boom! He nailed it!
He did it. So when you're writing your lyrics, what is like the best time of the day for you to write down?
I find morning is best, when you're kind of sober, not in the sense of like alcohol sober, but in terms of like you know, clean mind frame that hasn't been polluted by all the shit that you have to worry about over the course of the day. But it depends. I don't know if there's necessarily like a best time. Sometimes you go through days or weeks where nothing really comes very naturally, and then other times you just get a rush where you just like have to write, like a compulsion. And I guess a lot of creative procedures are like that. It's kind of hard to put your finger on exactly how to achieve the best results, and you can generalize a little bit and say like, I tend to find that in the morning after like 1.5 glasses of fresh orange juice I'm at my optimum capacity. But it's not like that, you know. There's a lot of variable like X factors involved in any kind of creative pursuit, so you just got to be ready when it comes, I think.
Yeah, totally.
How do you feed your creativity?
with baked oysters and mussels, clams,
marinated chicken,
natural wines,
potato salads, grilled vegetables.
Yeah.
Oh, and andouille and chipolatas.
Cool. Thank you very much. What do you think about French audience? Because you play a lot in France. How is your music received in your own country? So,
in our own countries?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, first of all, the audiences in France are incredible. I mean, that's part of the reason why we moved here and started touring here 90% of the time, because you can actually, you know, enjoy the touring life, because there's still a high standard from the state in terms of subsidies for venues and festivals like this to be able to function and happen in the style that they do. And there's also culturally in France a lot of love for the arts, for good food, for just enjoying life, you know, drinking wine. And yeah, that kind of all corresponds to our natural, I don't know, disposition in life. So that's first of all why we came here. In our own countries, because of the fact that we're mainly distributed and promoted here in France, I guess it's a little bit less than here. Like, we can't exactly play shows at similar style venues for me in Germany or for Jay in England yet, but you know, who knows what the future holds.
Man's on like a drum and bass thing, yeah, and then I like stand to get up on stage and go 3, 2, 1, scream, and everybody goes yay.
That's Jay.
Well, there's always that.
So, do you expect to be, I'd say, more famous in your own country, or you just take it as it is?
It's hard to say, man, because like for FP and myself, it's like I'm technically Canadian. I've only ever played one show in Canada, and since I started doing music, I've never lived there, you know. So it's like what is your country is kind of fluid, you know. Jay as well has been living in France for a long time. And so FP and myself, we went to an international school in Germany, and we lived in England for a while. We've moved around a lot. We don't really feel like that sense of belonging with any particular geographic locality, in the sense of like that's where I want to start my career. It just happened to happen here, so we're here, you know.
Bonjour.
In this Clandestino festival, is there one artist you love and you wanted to see, or not?
I'm always happy to see. I'm always happy to see Bigger Ranks play.
Oh, yeah,
as a friend. So yeah, it's a pleasure to see him play.
I'm not really sure who else is playing, to be honest.
Kenny Akinar's playing.
You guys saw Israel Vibration?
Yeah, Israel Vibration was pretty dope. I would have loved to see more Chiba, but that was yesterday. So
yeah, man, I would have really have liked to see more Chiba. Trigger hippie, man. Yeah.
And do you listen to French hip-hop music or rap music?
We saw the man Booba the other day. How was that for you guys? Why is Booba? It's, you know, I mean, there's a few things in French hip-hop that, like, people that we come across on the road and stuff that do shit that we really appreciate and think is great, but because of the language barrier, like, you know, we can speak French enough to get by and communicate, but when it comes to really getting, like, the deep, you know, double, triple depth layers of meaning and language, we can't quite connect on that level, so it's hard. I like the first I Am album a lot. No, not the first. The one that came out in '95, I guess. École de Micro d'Argent. I used to listen to that at home quite a bit. When we were younger, we used to dig on Scion Super Crew, which is a French rap group, which is dope. Other than that, I mean, we have homies who are doing French hip hop, which is cool stuff. The other day we saw Guéret. Hippocamp Fu does cool shit. Guéret, which is one of our good homies, Blanca, who also masters all the ASM stuff. Blanca, yeah, from La Fine Équipe. Those are the homies. The stuff that Guéret is doing seems really cool, intelligent. And can't think of anything else right now. I don't really know that.
So you sing on so here Youthstar on Chinese Man with Chinese Man, and you sing before with Dirty Phonics. What kind of artists would you like to collaborate with in the future?
I don't know. To be honest, it's more about just if there's any artist really that comes along with a good track that I really like, that I'm happy to collaborate. But I don't really have like a goal of somebody that I really want to work with as such. You know, I don't know. Or maybe I do, but I can't think of it immediately on the spot. No, I just, collaborate with people that I like, people I get on with, people that I respect, that I think respect the art of whatever it is that they're doing in it.
Yeah, and I also think that just like it's exactly like you say. I think it depends a lot on the material itself. Like sometimes we've done the reaching out to certain people that we've collaborated with rather than the other way around, rather than the request coming to us, and it's usually a function of a specific track that we're working on that makes you think that a particular artist would serve that track in the best possible way. It makes you think like, shit, it would be great if we had this and this vocalist on this chorus part because they would fucking kill it, and it's exactly that kind of vibe. So sometimes it happens like that rather than the idea just because they are who they are, we want to work with them.
Do you think you can sing on that kind of Panda Dub tracks?
Yeah,
he could.
Sure.
He could.
Yeah. No, not from this distance. No, that's just a cheap way of trying to get me to rap. Yeah, look at that. Sneaky way in. No. But yes, I can. If I was on the stage and you give me the mic, then no problem. It's like, to be honest, if you put me on any of those kind of beats, I'm happy for any challenge. So yeah, I got that.
Okay, thank you very much, guys, for this interview for the Musicodrome, and see you soon on scene.
Big up.
All right now, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are Chinese Man Live!
That's right, sexy ladies and gentlemen, please come a little closer and step into our time machine. We got something special for you. Steadily, heavily killing the whack. A hell of a cat, that's one of the hat. You get one out, because of the facts. It's with the sample, running with that. You're a bass, but you're best, that you'll pass the baton. Get back to the song that for practice. Yeah.
Whenever the back hits, we touch it up like a necklace. All over the set list, bringing the pain to all the factors. The bad effectless, and we respectors will accept us.
CJ's the reckless.
The beastly get me inspector. Sticking on vectors are circular, to collector.
This is the best of all the lexicons. And with the good rest with extra sauce and epic textures.
We're flipping this ambidextrous. We're coming with extra measures. Holding it down, we're here in a sector. Singing the path to D-Swat. We would have passed the B-boy. Decoy. Absorb the shock of B-core. Cannibal, but just a man in a car.